One guest is called Pizzles Tech Time.
What's up, guys? How you doing today on this beautiful Saturday?
And we have our other special guest. Everybody knows him. Everybody checks his channel out. He's a family content type of guy. And what's the other thing you have? Ikemel? In your
Naked
channel?
Mo.
What are the
Naked
kind?
Mo, man. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Boom! Chris just joined. It's Naked Mo. We're chilling. We're having like a tech talk Saturdays thing. This is really RJ's kind of show. We're all streaming, three of us. So definitely check our channels out. Pizless, RJ, and mine, of course. Subscribe and hit like on this video that you're watching now too. And if you want to really support us, pull up all three live streams and play them all at the same time.
And also, our links
um,
will be in the description below.
He said quite a
Yes.
delay between video and audio for all three. Could just be YouTube.
It could be.
I'm not sure. I am getting a little bit of lag, but
Yeah, it's this what's it called? The what a Discord, man. It's tough to use for me. It's like every time I try to mess with the Discord, you know. Now when
it's
you go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just wanting to make sure my desktop audio was coming through.
So everybody can hear everybody fine?
Yeah, I hear you guys.
What about our audience? Can they hear us fine?
Chris, how does the audio sound? I am getting a little bit of lag on my end though, but I'm not. It's like my PC or something. The resources just shot up. Uh, don't you blame Discord, Piz. That's what Chris said.
Dude, I'm only using 4% of my CPU. It's Chrome and
Really?
Discord. I'm streaming at 3700 kilobytes per second. My stream is perfect health. Nothing wrong with my computer. It's Chrome and Discord. But when we use Hangouts, it works okay. But hardware acceleration and Discord, this application or website, sorry, it's not playing well.
Yeah, I made a change. I actually just disabled the animated background that I have to try to help out with the resources, and it seems like it actually really helped me out because my usage dropped to 25% now. So I guess for now, I'm just gonna run with the background disabled, and just to kind of think about it too. Like when you really think about what we're doing right now, it's kind of crazy, right? Because we're all three of us are streaming like at the same time, recording, capturing, like uploading, like just when you kind of think about everything that's running in the background to actually make this possible, it's kind of crazy,
Yeah, it
kind of
is.
intense.
And
So you're
if I look to my side, it's because I'm looking at my all my stats on my computer and everything on the side. So if y'all see me kind of like turn sideways, I'm looking at my chats. I'm looking at every single thing, and so I'm just right here in my screen. I'm running like dual screen right now, guys.
You do whatever you want, man. You got a dual monitor setup. That's awesome.
I really want a dual monitor. Also, I used to have that. It helps with production a lot, and like at my job, I'm in an office job now, and I'm working on the computer all day. I actually have three screens, so like I have the screen in front of me, and then I have another screen on the side, and then I have like a laptop, and like I have like three screens that I work off of, and it really helps like productivity and stuff.
It does
Yeah,
help.
as long as everything is running smoothly, you can just pass on applications, switch over from one to the other. It's really easy. I got this, what is it, like a 28 inch, I think, 4K monitor. It seems way
Yeah.
bigger than that, though. But maybe just because I'm not used to working on a monitor. But
Okay. Well, so let's get this started, guys. Our first question of the day is going to be latest technology to what we have heard or seen. What have y'all heard or seen in the latest?
Well,
uh,
go ahead. You can go ahead.
I guess I don't know. I figured we would go left to right, or it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Or
matter.
you want to?
We could start. We start with you, Pizzles, and then we'll go to Mel, and I'll be last. I want to hear what's y'all's first before me.
All right. Well, I heard a few rumors, but I don't want to talk about the rumors. I'm just gonna talk about Samsung dropping their new SSD, the 860s, which are incrementally better than the 850. So that's pretty exciting. I guess if
Okay.
you're into SSDs. So these SSDs are they have like more 3D NAND cells, so they can store more and run a little bit faster. That's basically it.
Has it increased in lifespan on it, or still the same as the regular SSD?
Well, SSDs have a longer lifespan than regular hard drives, so I'm not sure if these ones have a longer lifespan than the older ones.
Okay, Mel.
Um, well, think about technology. The thing that's been kind of on my mind, and we spoke about it a little bit last night, the whole Amazon Alexa thing. I'm looking at it now. It's on the news too. There's a lot of people still freaking out about it. The story that I shared last night was that like there was this family that like they're at home, they're talking. Alexa started recording their conversation without their knowledge, and then it randomly sent the whole conversation to a person on their like contact list. So the person called him and like, oh, we just heard your whole conversation. And we're like, oh, we don't believe that. And then the guy told him like, well, you guys were saying this, and he was like, unplug it. So there's a lot of people worried about the whole privacy thing with Amazon Alexa recording random conversations. And the other thing too, like I've seen people on Twitter saying that like Alexa does random things, like he'll start laughing out of nowhere. Like just I don't know if does it do that for you? I don't have an Alexa, so I don't know. Like it just
No.
starts doing this laugh.
Dude, Alexa is awesome, man. She responds to her name. So if you say her name and then you're talking to somebody, or if you say something that sounds like Alexa, she's gonna respond. So you might just be talking to somebody and then you'll hear her answer, and you might think that she's just talking on her own, but she's actually just doing her job. And
Hmm.
she has a new call functionality, and it might not be working properly. So they might have been speaking, and it might have called without their knowledge. I don't think Alexa's recording anything.
Hmm.
Yeah, and for
Well,
Alexa,
it
does
actually did record something. That's what was in the news. It actually was it recorded a whole conversation. And it
does
sent it to a random person in the contact list. So
does
that actually did happen. But Amazon said it was like some sort of freak glitch accident that rarely happens. That's what they're saying.
does Alexa contain a memory card?
No, it's all cloud.
Huh.
But that's what I'm saying. She has a calling functionality that you can call people, and I don't think it can was able to transcribe a whole phone call, but I know that she can take like a blurb of your voice and announce it throughout your house. Like if you want to say, um, notify everyone that it's dinner time, it's almost like an intercom, and every single Alexa will record your voice and shout that out. So it has a lot of functionality, like for anything you could possibly want to do with her, she can do. I mean, she's changed my life quite significantly.
So you actually like it a lot. You use it. What are like tell us some of the things that like it does. Like what does it help you with?
Well, I can turn my lights on and off. I can change the brightness of my lights. I can play ambient noises before I go to sleep. I
Hmm.
can throw treats to my cat. I can check the status of my air for my new purifier that I got. I can get updates on the weather. Now, all these things you can do by opening up your phone as well in the applications, but all you have to do is say the words. So it takes you away from that screen time that, I mean, a lot of us are trying to get away from their phones, trying to stop staring at a screen all day. So it really just takes about half a second to just say, I want to do this, and you can do it. And, you get away from staring at your phone.
Hmm.
Wow. I need to get one in.
Have you tried the Google one, the Google Home or whatever, or no?
I I have the Google Assistant on my NVIDIA Shield, which is like a Android TV box. Um, it was supposed to come with Google Assistant, but I haven't programmed it to do anything, just because Alexa has a lot more functionality. She has a lot more skills, as far as I know, and Google is good at certain things, but I feel like Amazon has the whole shopping. You can shop
Yeah.
with Alexa. You can have her order stuff for you. You can. It's just like the possibilities are endless. Oh, by the way, all my Wi-Fi speakers in the house I can control with her. You can listen to satellite radio with her, and all the functionality is voice. And then all the new Alexas have a screen now, so you can actually see what you're doing, what you're telling her, and she'll give you a visual response. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Damn. What's the price on those new Alexas?
The cheapest one is $40. They have one that's about this big. It looks like an alarm clock. I believe that one's like 150 to 200. If you get it on sale, or if you buy two at a time, they're like a little bit cheaper. And then they have a big one that looks like a screen, and that is around $200.
Wow. So the one with $200 is the one that has the new screen on it.
Yes, that's called the Echo Show, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Gent Gamer, what's up, buddy, in the chat? How you doing?
That's pretty dope.
Thanks for joining, everybody that joined. I appreciate. This is Tech Talk, and we are bringing you the news as we see it.
So for me, I haven't really heard anything. I haven't heard anything new technology coming out recently. Besides the new, I heard something about an iPhone coming out, but I'm not too sure if that's true. It just, but I can't say it is or not. I had heard something about I think it was the i9 coming out, but I'm not too sure about that. I know there's going to be a
Well,
new iPhone coming out.
they'll definitely be dropping a new iPhone, but they just dropped the X and the 8, so I don't
Yeah.
know
Right.
how soon they're going to be dropping the 9. They might be trying to drop it faster to try to get away from the mess that they had going on with the whole dropping two phones at the same time thing.
What was that? What happened there?
They dropped the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 8, and it was just like, I don't know, as certain people had a lot of bad things to say about the iPhone 10, and then a lot of people had bad stuff to say about the iPhone 8. So it was like a mixed bag. It was like they should have just made one good phone instead of making like two like okay phones.
Yeah.
It's like the iPhone 10 had that notch, and a lot of people didn't like that. Um, there was a few other things, but I mean, I think that those phones had like the fastest processors ever in a smartphone. It was just that it was just kind of weird the way they came out with two phones at the same time.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's about right.
It's all about money. That's why they come out with all these different phones, different little variations, a little upgrade, a little bit more RAM. Maybe the screen's a little bit bigger. You get the latest software, kind of, and
Exactly. It's like not really much changes on phones. Really, nothing really major. It's only like always small changes. But then
yeah, I
even the
used to be one of
price,
those
like,
people that I used to be one of those people that always had to upgrade. I always had to buy a new phone. I spent so much money, and it's like at the end of the day, there's not that much of a difference, really, between the latest model and the one before that. I mean, if it's been a couple of years, then yeah, but
I used to upgrade every 6 months.
yeah, me too, dude. I used to spend so much money. My friend would tell me like, "Yo, Mel, you have an addiction. Like, you have a problem, bro. Like, you need help." Like, I was always upgrading my phone. You know?
I agree, man. We needed help. We needed help. Now I haven't changed.
Yeah.
I haven't changed
Well,
anything lately, so
you've had the same phone for a while now.
I've had it since last March.
Wow.
What phone do you have, RJ?
I have the S7. Think yeah, S7.
Oh, so we all have Samsungs.
Yeah.
What phone were you guys into before Samsung? Was there a different phone that you were into, or was it always been Samsung?
I had the My Touch.
Mm.
The My Touch. I've always stuck with Android. As soon as the Android came out, I went straight to it, and I've loved it ever since. I had an iPhone, but it was for work. I never liked it. I don't like iPhone because they have too many restrictions on it. You can't do this, you can't do that, and pretty much
Really?
everything in the stores you have to buy. On Android, there's so much applications that are free out there, and it works. I like that. I like the freedom.
Yeah, Android is a much better platform in my eyes for people who want to tweak their phones and want to run different applications and do different things. I like the iPhone for like mom, dad, somebody who's unfamiliar with technology, who's
Right.
not going to download applications every day. Android is awesome for the person who loves to download new apps and who wants an app for every piece of technology they own, you know?
Yeah, I used to do it all the time. When I back in the day, I used to like unlock the phone and install, software, beta software, custom software. I think that's what's really good about Android, and you have just a lot more room to do more things. Like RJ was saying, I think it seems like iPhone's a little bit more restricted, but iPhone seems to be for the people that like they just want to use their phone. They want something simple, easy, non-complicated. Uh, I
Plain
think
and
that's what
simple.
it's for.
Plain and
And
simple.
I don't even think I used to think that iPhone was like really secure, a secure system. It doesn't seem like so because it seems like a lot of people get hacked and get their photos and videos leaked on the iCloud. I hear it all the time, so it doesn't seem to be that secure to me.
And you think about
I
it,
thought it
Google.
was.
Google just developed that. That's because iPhone had that before the Android did. The online
Hmm.
storage. So an Android storage is like nobody. You really don't hear somebody getting their stuff stolen of Android of the Google Cloud platform. You really don't hear that. You hear more of the iPhone.
I
Right,
wonder why that is. Because with Apple, it's like really hard for you to get a virus and
right.
everything. So it's like, I wonder why it's so easy to hack.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like I thought because it's harder to get a virus on Apple that I thought like it would be more secure. But when it comes to like the iCloud, for some reason, people are just getting hacked on there left and right all the time. I don't know. I'm not sure what that's about.
I'm not sure either. It's kind of crazy.
The thing about iPhone though is they do have really nice cameras though. Like the camera is top notch
Yeah.
for taking pictures and recording and all that stuff.
Well, mine's got the dual camera now as well.
The Samsung, you got the S9, right?
Yeah, the S9 Plus.
Okay.
So that phone has better camera than an iPhone, right? Correct.
Yeah, it has the like I've told you guys before, it has the dual the dual cameras, and then it has the dual aperture. So it has two different apertures, one for low light and one for bright. So that was the first cell phone to introduce that. I don't know if the camera quality is better than iPhone, but I know it's the
It's
first camera to
close.
have those features.
Yeah, if it's not better, it's really close. Samsung, I think, usually has always been pretty close to iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a Samsung phone for like 6 years now, and it's just like I feel like there's a lot of things that I have both. I have an iPhone and a Samsung phone, but my iPhone is a 6S. It's pretty old,
Oh,
but
Damn.
I feel like both companies could do more, and they choose not to. And Apple taking away the headphone jack and the battery
yeah. What's
life
up with that?
fiasco.
What is it? Like, okay, how do you feel about that? Like Apple taking away the headphone jack. Is it like a step forward in technology, or is it some sort of money propaganda thing where now we're gonna force people to buy this wireless headphone thing or whatever?
It's all about that lightning. It's all about that lightning jack
Yeah,
because they can force people to use that more often, and then you have a whole product line of headphones that just have that lightning jack.
yeah,
So Apple cakes in on that every time those headphones sell that money because you can't sell headphones with the lightning adapter without giving Apple a portion of the sales. So
wow.
you're using their intellectual property. So
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely a money thing. Even with Android, at one point there was a time where like they were changing all the chargers. It's like different phones had different chargers. If you had this phone and you switch to another one, you can't use the charger. You got to go buy a whole new one. This whole fiasco thing, and I don't know if a law was passed or something happened where they kind of stopped doing that. So now,
Well, micro USB came out,
yeah,
and
the
it's
type
like that. It's stupid to use anything else.
Well,
the Type
now
C, right?
now you have the
Or
C.
well, yeah, we got the C now. We got the Type C, which is like, I guess that's cool. I don't have that many Type C cords. So
You will.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
new shift, right? That's where it's going to, I guess.
yeah, in about 5 years, you'll have all USB-C, and the micro USB will go out. The micro USB for me, I always had issues with. Like they bend really easily, and the
Mm.
USB-C is like a lot. It's a lot bigger. It's like I actually have them both right here. It's like the USB-C is right there, and then the micro USB is right here.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what my Mac
Yeah,
uses.
there's a difference in size, right? Like the USB C is like bigger. It's just like this circle thing, kind of, right?
Yes.
So what is the benefit? Like, is there any benefit to being on the C? Like, is it faster or something? Like, what was?
USB-C is a lot faster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it charges like my laptop. My Mac uses it, and it charges the Mac like within 30 45 minutes. It charges to 100%.
Well,
Mm.
that's for Thunderbolt. Mac took the USB-C, and because of how fast the throughput is for USB-C, they've put their own specifications in their whatever their software to utilize it, and they call it Thunderbolt
Ah,
3 or whatever.
Mm.
so
And
they
those yeah, they've also took USB-C and and taken that as well. But their Thunderbolt is insane. You can hook up like three 4K, two 4K monitors and a 1080p monitor to one Thunderbolt cable. That's how much throughput these cables have.
what?
Wow. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, and you could never do that with a USB cable ever. So now USB-C has given a lot more throughput. It charges a lot faster. It's just an all-around better cable. That's why you won't see for cell phones, they won't ever go back to micro USB.
So what's the throughput on
Mm.
the USB C? What are the
Um, I'm,
speeds?
I'm I'm not exactly sure. I was doing some testing earlier, and but I had it hooked up to my camera, and I wasn't getting that fast of speed. I was getting like 25 gigabytes per second. I mean 25 megabytes per second. Sorry. And yeah, I think it's. I wonder what it is. Let's say 6 gigabytes per second, but that's USB 3.0 or 3.1. Yeah, I'm not really good with numbers.
Okay, it's a USB C is a USB 3.1, Gen 1 and 2, which is put the throughput is 10 gigabits per second.
And USB 3 is 6 gigabytes per second.
Yeah, a regular Gen 1 is a 6 gigs per second, and 3.1 is actual 10 gigs per second. That's what you're getting for
Nice.
4K monitors at two 4K monitors and a 1080p at just off of
Uh,
cable.
it's a big difference, dude. Like my
Damn.
computer, I think my computer uses USB 2.0, which sucks,
Dude,
and
2.0
that's like
runs at 480
half a gig.
megabits. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like half a gig. 3.1 uses 3.2 to 4.8, it says, something like that. And higher, I guess there's USB 3 and then 3.1 and 3.1 generation 2, 7.2 gigs, 10 gigs. So it's a pretty huge difference. Big difference.
Dude, no wonder the charging and everything is like outrageous and stuff like that. Even my girl's phone,
Hmm.
because she uses the same charger as my iPad, my Mac, and I just plug in my her phone to my Mac and it charges like really fast.
Hmm.
So man, that's great. I love the C. But it's just that that now the C in order to get a like an extra charger, you have to pay like $30.
Yeah, sometimes that stuff is expensive, man. Those chargers, and if you buy like the cheap one or whatever, you gotta be careful sometimes too, because those can like have like defective properties where it can like get on fire or whatever.
Oh, here's a
So
here's a question for you guys. Have y'all ever bought an extra charger and like an extra charging cord and affect your performance on your phone?
I'm not understanding that. Like a fast charging cable or
Like if you have your regular charger versus your charger you buy like at Walmart or a Best Buy, have you noticed any significant difference on your phone?
Yeah, I mean,
For me, go ahead.
I mean, I always get a good quality cable, especially when you buy those Apple cables, because those are known to break. So I always try to get a good quality cable. Sometimes you can buy a braided cable, or just a better, higher quality cable. If you get them when they're on sale, you can get them for around $10 or $20. But and when it comes to the charging brick, you want to get the one that's compatible with your phone, or just that says fast charge on it, either 2.0 or 3.0.
And you, Mel?
I think it definitely does make a difference. But like Pizzless was saying, like make sure you have the fast charging one because a lot of people, from what I noticed, because a lot of my friends that I know, they don't know too much about phones. They get the chargers. Sometimes their phones have fast charging capability. Sometimes people think that you get a fast charger, so that means that your phone's going to charge fast, but your phone has to have that capability too. It doesn't mean just because you get a fast charger that your phone's going to charge faster. So sometimes people don't understand that. So the type of cable you get and the quality you get, it actually does matter from what I noticed. I'm not saying you have to get a Samsung one. You can get some off-brand one, but if you don't get a fast charging one and your phone's capable of fast charging, it's gonna make a huge difference,
Me,
like a couple hours difference.
I'm not gonna lie to you because I've had, like I told you, I swapped phones so many times, and what I noticed is when I use my original charging, my phone is always worked fine. But once I start using additional cables, I'm not sure if it's built right or what. It starts to mess up my phone. It doesn't seem to work right, and that's because I use the same power brick. And sometimes I use my like a car charger. If it's not off, if it's an off brand, it kind of makes my phone doesn't act right. It makes it act funny, and it doesn't work right. That it just doesn't respond the way it should.
Yeah, those car chargers are a little bit tricky too. Um, a lot of times it seems like they don't have the same capability of charging fast as when you're plugging into an input. I think it has maybe a different electrical output. I'm not too sure.
That's why I kind of like
Uh,
I trip out too because like I always say whenever I buy chargers, I always try to buy either a Samsung charger or something
yeah,
similar to the original,
yeah,
similar bit the throughput as the original one. Because if I go buy a knockoff one like at Walmart or something like that, it doesn't work right. I try to always look at the specs, specifications on it to see if it's built with the same stuff because sometimes it doesn't work right. For some reason, I
yeah. No,
can't.
I totally agree. I think it does make a difference when it comes to chargers about the quality that you buy. Um, there was a knockoff one I bought not too long ago on Amazon and it worked fine, but it was fast charging capable. But you kind of have to be careful. And a lot of them too, they don't last that long. They start to like wear and tear, and then it stops charging, and it gets like a short in the cable. Sometimes it's just better to spend a little bit more
Yeah,
to get the name brand quality one or whatever that's for your phone. So,
yeah. Okay, well, let's go to the next question. What is the funniest story you have on technology, whether you did to someone or they did to you?
all right, I'm gonna let Pizless answer that. I'm gonna go get a drink of water. I'll be right back.
What is the funniest
Story you've done to somebody or they done to you, or anything
with
funny.
technology?
Correct. Or
Oh
anything
boy.
else that you have.
Uh, well, if you guys don't know me very well, a long time ago, almost going in 10 years ago,
Oh
I used to
wow.
be a I used to be a big party animal, and a lot of the times I would get so out of control that I would fall asleep, or I would be up all night just getting wasted on who knows what. But then, long story short, once I met my fiance, she helped me get my life together. And thanks, Britt. I love you. Mwah. But she helped me get my life together. But one night, I was so wasted that one of my friends had lifted me up in the air. And I don't want this story to be too long, but I was so wasted, and my friend Oscar was almost 7 feet tall. He was over 275 pounds. He was a big Peruvian guy, and he picked me up over his head, and I was kicking and trying to fight this guy, and he was way bigger than me, so I was wasted, and he dropped me on the side of the pool, and I just hit my arm, hit my
Oh
head,
damn.
and I just knocked out. So everyone else was still drinking, and like I was like, so they like carried me into like this cabana, and then they recorded me wasted, like all hurt up,
Damn, dude.
and then they put that video on YouTube, and
No, that's
yeah,
kind of messed up, dude. That's kind of
yeah,
messed up.
yeah, and they titled it "Drugs Are Bad." And this was like when cell phones like first came out. Like I'm telling you, it was a long time ago. And I'm not sure if this video is still up. It probably is, but
Damn, we should find that video, bro.
yeah, yeah. I look like Schmeagol from the Lord of the Rings. I'm like,
Damn, yeah.
We gotta check that video out, bro.
yeah. But that was my buddy Oscar. He actually died in a car accident, so I
Oh,
miss
Damn,
I miss him, man. But
damn,
uh, all right.
Mel?
dude. Crazy tech stories. Or stories, or I do have like a couple of technological stories that I can think of. I have kind of two in mind. I don't want to I don't want to implicate, like, criminalize myself. So I'm trying to think, like, what can I say? Because I have a lot of crazy stories, and it's like there was the one story that I told you guys about. I might tell you. I'm going to tell you two stories. There's the one story that I told you guys about where I know, told RJ, when I was in high school, there was this like computer class that we would go to, and one day I was sitting in class. This is when I kind of started learning about hacking and trojans and viruses. And there was this one virus called Sub Zero. You would download it, and it's like a trojan, and you go to the person's computer, or you get them to download it. It opens up a port, like a port on their computer on the internet, so it allows you access, like backdoor access to the computer. So I put it across. I did it to this kid when he got up and went to the bathroom. I put it on his computer, and while he was still in the bathroom, I went back to my computer, and you can pretty much control everything. You can shut down the computer, you can turn it on, you can open and close the hard drive, you can download stuff, delete stuff. So like I opened up gay.com. I know you remember this story, RJ. I opened up gay.com. It was like a porn site, and I maximized it, and there was like pornography going on, and people were walking by his desk while he was still in the bathroom. And they were like, damn, like I knew something was up with him. Like, oh, I knew something was up with this guy. And then he came back, and he was so pissed off, man. He was pissed off, and he was like, yo, who did this? Who did this, man? All right. And I was just kind of like giggling in the back. So that was that one story. And then there was another story. There was this guy, somebody I used to know a long time ago. That, I mean, we were kind of friends, but not really. And I forgot what he did to piss me off, but I did the same thing too. Like what people used to do back in the day, they would delete your whole hard drive. Like, MS DOS, the command prompt.
Yep.
They'd have like these scripts, right? And the script is you click the file, and then like a black screen pops up, and it disappears. It pretty much deletes everything on your computer, and it closes out. And then when you restart the computer, everything is gone. So I did it to a buddy of mine that I knew. I mean, we weren't really good friends, I guess, but I did it to him, and I pretended to be like a female. I made a different account on AIM, which is like an instant messenger. I made an account. I said, "Here's my picture. I'm a girl." Most guys are gonna click that, so he clicked the picture, whatever he thought it was a picture. It deleted everything, and I screwed up his computer. Now, like, that's not really that big of a deal. It's kind of easy to recover. Like, if your whole hard drive's deleted, it kind of sucks. Like, you have to like restore everything, but your computer's not really that screwed. But a lot of people don't know how to restore that or fix that. So that was kind of my other tech story about that. So
Mel's malicious, guys. Mel is
yeah,
malicious.
I felt really bad after that. That's why I stopped doing it. It was a really long time ago. I did feel really bad about it, so I kind of stopped doing it. you know. But yeah, I did do that at one point.
So Pizzles, be careful when you open files from mail.
Well, you know what though? Like now, it's really hard to pull off um that
It's
hack because now antiviruses they pick up on that script where it's like delete your hard drive, delete C, delete whatever. Now, if you try to open it, almost all the antiviruses will not let you open it. They'll stop you and be like, "This is a virus," blah blah blah. Like it, so it's a little bit harder now to like hack somebody and delete their stuff.
it's
You
not
know?
that hard because I've done it.
Have you?
Yeah, yeah. I could even, I could even actually copy. I just plug in my USB drive and I just click run, and I have a batch file in the background running to actually copy all your data on your computer and store it on my flash drive
Damn.
without you even knowing that it's copying.
Yeah, I'm sure like there's newer technology now
Yeah.
that you could like hack people's stuff because back in the day when I was using Sub Zero, one of the options too on there was like to steal all the passwords on the computer. So all the passwords, you know how a lot of people save their passwords so they don't have to keep typing it over?
Yep.
All that stuff, you can steal it off the computer and put it on your own thing and you know all that person's passwords.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
So
man. That type of stuff really scares me
yeah, man.
because it's grown more and more important that we keep that stuff safe because that's your bank accounts. It's not just
Hmm.
Facebook anymore. It's not just your social media that you need to be worried about. You have your bank accounts, you have your credit. We're talking about things that you need for the rest of your life. So I don't see that as like a joke type of thing. I take that
Yeah,
stuff kind of
it's pretty
seriously.
serious. And in this day and age now, everything's automated. A couple times. I know Google has my credit card, some of my credit cards saved. I know Amazon does. Like now everything's on the internet, dude. So if somebody was to be able to swipe all your credit card stuff off of your computer, it probably wouldn't be that hard to do, you know? So
Wow, man, that is crazy. That is crazy. I'm just using the basic Windows Defender right now because I had Norton for a while, and I feel like I was wasting money on it.
Norton Comcast gives it for free. Like if you have Comcast, you can download Norton's for free, but Norton's
I
takes
have
so much
Comcast.
resources, dude. It gets so heavy on the computer. It takes up so much resources, so I had to uninstall it. I couldn't do it
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't
It's
recommend
it's
those.
it's so weird that your resources get taken up, and I cannot get my browser to run, and I have all my resources. Isn't that such a weird situation?
I think it is. It's kind of funny. It's almost like when people have like the latest computer, the latest technology. I mean, I'm not saying you have the latest computer, but you have a pretty damn good computer. My computer kind of struggles along, and I'm running smooth, and you're having like those issues and stuff, and it just makes
It's
me wonder
just
too, like, what
it's
is
just
it? You know?
Google Chrome is slowing down my whole system. I've got a
That's crazy.
question in my chat. What is HEVC and how do I learn more? Now, if you guys aren't familiar, I do believe he's talking about the encode of video.
Yeah.
Um, but HEVC video encoding, I've heard the word before, but I'm not a wizard with it. Um, all I know is that we encode our videos when we want to put them on YouTube. I use Adobe Media Encoder. You can download it for free. I believe for at least a week. You just need to go to adobe.com, enter an email address, and you'll be able to test out any of their apps that you want. And you'll be able to encode your videos, and you can choose whichever format that you want. And different computers with different capabilities will encode video at a faster rate. Usually, Intel computers encode HEVC the fastest because they have the higher clock speed. But I'll tell you that uh, AMD is catching up.
Damn.
Yeah, I looked it up because I didn't know what HEVC was, but it just means high efficiency video coding. Uh, it says also known as H.265 and MPEG H part two. I've heard of those codecs. I didn't know that that's what HEVC means. But like Pizlis was saying, it's just encoding, and I think some works better than others. I don't know the in depth information
So
about them.
I know the five. What was the five one called again? H.E.
H.265.
Yeah,
Yeah.
H.264 is what we're used to using. That's what we usually encode our videos for. And H.265 is capable of a higher bit depth. So you will be able
Mm.
to actually use HDR videos. A few of my videos are H.265 because I wanted to experiment with HDR on YouTube, but because I'm not a colorist, you actually have to be a lot better at color grading if you want to hit all the subtle notes of HDR and actually grade your footage. But I have the GH5 and it actually shoots in HDR, so you need to encode the video in HEVC. So you have to change some settings in Adobe Media Encoder, and you can actually render any video you want in HDR. And
Hmm.
also, if you want to play that type of file on Windows, you will need to download a secondary video player, which you can look up in the Google search bar. There's plenty of ones that will play it. I think VLC,
Yeah,
VCL or
yeah. That's a
VCL.
good one. That's one of the more popular ones. VLC. That's a really good one.
I think that one will play it, and there's a few other ones that will play it, but Windows Media Player will not play it at this point.
Hmm.
It's such a new file that Windows has a hard time with it, but Adobe has updated their program, and you can edit those files.
Wow. My funniest thing is on my side is when I came home got to work that they messed up on my computer. They put all this stupid stuff on it. They logged in. They turned my screen sideways. They changed my password. They did all that stuff on me.
Damn.
That's the only thing they did to me. That's the only thing I've ever done. And I've messed up my friend's computer too as well as payback. I did the same thing, but
Yeah.
I made
I
it
felt
much
bad.
harder.
Oh, you did?
I made it much harder than what he could actually reset than he did to me. That's the most I've
Damn.
ever done to anybody. Besides actually messing up kids. Actually, when they were playing video games, I logged in because they were using so much bandwidth. So what I did was I logged into my content filter and I saw, okay, this IP address is using that, so I remoted in, and I saw them playing a game, so I went in there and disabled the game. And so when they went to refresh the page, they couldn't do it. So you just see the mouse cursor going around in circles and trying to refresh the page. They tried doing back and they click on the side and they couldn't do nothing. Those are just like little funny stuff I've ever done in my technology
Damn.
career. And actually shut down the network because they got me mad. Certain department. Certain department ticked me off and I just shut their network down.
Damn. One time I kind of like DDoSed. There was a program called LO. I think it's LOIC or LOIC. Yeah, LOIC. But it's kind of like you can get in real big trouble for DDoSing though. But this was back in the day. I didn't know what I was doing. I just downloaded this app, and it was like this group of people that would like target websites, and everybody you'd load the app and you put in the IP address, and then everybody like bombs that IP address like constantly until it drops the website and stuff. But you can get in big trouble for that. I think you can even get arrested. What's up, Rover?
Oh damn, man!
I used to be
DD,
into all that kind of stuff.
the operating system stuff,
Yeah, man.
and I forgot the brute force attack and all that crazy stuff, man.
Mouse attack. Yeah, dude. I used to do that. At one point, I was doing that when I was kind of young. I didn't know what I was doing. It was just kind of fun. But I know some of those people actually did get arrested. If you look up LOIC on Google, they actually still have the app for like I guess educational purposes. But like if you target websites and you're trying to take somebody down and you get caught, which you probably will, you can get in some pretty big trouble.
Yeah, a lot of people today think that they could get away with using like a fake IP address resolution thing, like to fake their
It's
IP
tough too,
address,
dude.
but they don't realize that their gateway doesn't change. The website might
Right.
change, but if you look at hardware wise, you can't trick hardware because it's
It's
synced to your
really
MAC address.
tricky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could change it. You could change it virtually, but your hardware is set to your router set to your ISP, and your ISPs are set to out everything else out. So you can't trick those devices, but you could trick your software base, so the websites won't see it. But if they were to criminate and look into it further, they could actually point back to you. They don't realize
Yeah,
that.
they can kind of track you down, and also too, like if you use a VPN or whatever, they can like subpoena that company. Some companies kind of keep track of the original IP source, so they can kind of like if they really wanted to, they can kind of track you back. I mean, if you really think about it, there's some really like brilliant hackers that have gotten caught. So like, if you have no idea what you're doing, man, and you're just downloading some app and you're just doing something, you got to be really careful what you're doing because I mean, especially this day and age, they can track anything.
Yeah.
um, have you? I mean, just another thought that I had in my head too. Have you guys ever browsed the dark net, the dark web?
No, I don't even know what that is on that side.
You don't even. The dark web is the internet that's under the regular internet. It's an anonymous internet. There's a bunch of like shady stuff that goes down there. Um, there's an app you can download for the dark web.
I need to put. I need
it,
to.
You
I
guys
need
ever
to. I
heard of it?
need
I'm
to.
surprised you ever heard of that.
I never. I need to check
it,
that out.
Yo,
it
you
can
don't know
meld
about
into
the dark
some funky
web?
stuff over
No,
This.
there's
This.
supposedly there's been like drug sales gone down there. It's the internet that's not available to the regular common people. It's the hidden internet.
Yes, I've heard that people's social security numbers and
Yeah,
all
and social
types of stuff
security
are on
stuff.
there.
Supposedly, like people, there's videos of, like people getting killed on there. Like
Ugh.
I've never gotten there, but supposedly, like the shady stuff that goes on in the world, it goes on in the dark net. That's where people hide, and they do all kinds of shady stuff on there.
I need to check that
Yeah,
Um,
the
there
internet is
was
a
one time.
scary place.
It is, man. There was one time where I was browsing the dark web. Um, and I came across this site, and it's just like I don't remember the name, something webcams, and basically it's the site that's hacked into a bunch of like webcams through all the world, people's personal webcams, cameras on the street. And I was clicking through it, and legitimately, you could see people on there, dude. It was freaky, man. That's why, like, if I'm ever doing anything like that, I need privacy. I block my camera. I put the camera down because at any point, man, if somebody wants to, they could access your camera. They can see what you're doing. They can listen to what you're doing. You know. So it was interesting, dude.
Damn. Now Mel's got me into that stuff. I gotta go check out the dark web now.
Dude, the dark web. There's a lot of YouTube videos on it too of people just like browsing the dark web, and like supposedly that's where like killers are, like pedophile, like anything crazy you can think of, or like the hidden stuff, government secrets. The dark web is like where it's all hidden, and like some websites they don't even allow you access it. You got to know the password. You got to figure out like the algorithm. They'll start asking you like test questions and stuff, and people say too like browsing the dark web can kind of be dangerous because people can actually start looking into you and hack in your IP address and find out about you. You know, there's been stories about people like browsing the dark web where they're not supposed to go, and like the site admin will just message you, and they're like, "Oh, I know where you live. This is your address." Like, it's kind of dangerous. Surprised you guys haven't heard of that, man. The dark web is no joke, bro.
I have heard of it, but I didn't know there was an actual physical space for it where you could go.
Yeah, it's called Tor browser, Tor Tor browser. You download that browser. It's like an anonymous browser. And when you download the browser, it starts putting up all these proxies and this stuff to protect you. And the thing is, too, with that app, if you try to maximize the screen, it tells you not to maximize it, and it says because if you have your web browser maximized, they can somehow know the size of your screen, and it can somehow track back to your IP address, and they can like locate you and find out like they can know who you are just by the size of your screen. It's crazy, dude. It's just if you download that app and you maximize the screen, it tells you a warning about like they can measure like the size of your screen and they know they can track you or something. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Hey Mel,
Yeah.
why am I getting lag?
Yeah, I'm watching your stream right now because I have your stream up. It is lagging a little bit.
Yeah, just it's this damn Chrome, I'll tell you.
Mm. Dark web, man. The dark web. Dark internet.
Well,
Yeah.
if I disappear, something happens to me, it was because I was in the dark web. A YouTuber going to the dark web again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mel, I don't think your YouTube counter is working because you got people watching your stream, but the YouTube
Yeah,
thing,
that's true. That's a good point. It says 0, and
you
on
might
my
not.
thing, there's 6 people here right now.
Are you signed into Streamlabs?
I think I am, dude. I don't know what's up with this. It usually refreshes and updates. For some reason, this is not okay.
Is your chat live on the right hand side?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Uh,
not sure why the YouTube counter's not working.
I would delete it and just put a new one in.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Mine works. I've got 2 viewers, and my viewer William Dow said, "Thanks for the input, guys. I like your stream."
Oh,
So
cool.
that was pretty cool. So my stream's not quite as live, but two viewers. I had 4 viewers,
Oh, yeah.
but this is a difficult stream for people to hang on to sometimes.
It is. I have 2 on YouTube and 1 on Twitch.
I couldn't even find you on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
gonna
was
say. We don't
I
see
was
you on
on
YouTube, dude.
I was unlisted, unfortunately. My YouTube sometimes puts me unlisted. I don't know why.
Whoa.
It keeps
Yeah, I
that
Yo,
was gonna
tells
say,
man.
me.
RJ, like you're not getting anything because you don't even show like you're streaming, dude.
I know I was tripping out because for some reason YouTube takes me straight to my beta, not my actual YouTube, and sometimes it's set to unlit my videos when I live. It's set to unlisted default. I don't know how to fix that.
Hmm. There's like a big change too that some people were talking about that might be coming with YouTube. Something about like the way notifications show up or like the sub feed. There's like,
Yeah.
do you know what's going on? Can you explain it? I'm not even sure how what they're talking about. H3 was talking about it, and a lot of big YouTubers were talking about it.
Yeah, it's an experiment that YouTube is doing right now where they are putting the sub feed instead of the sub feed would normally go in chronological order,
Right.
which means when obviously each video is posted when it was actually posted. So it's like in the order that it was posted. So if I post a video today, it's going to show up. If you post a video later on, it'll show up on top of mine. But they're now saying that they're experimenting with
They're changing
changing
that.
it. Yes. So what people are thinking is that if YouTube doesn't want to show your video anymore, the only place they can tell people to go is the subscription box. And if YouTube takes that away from you, if you're one of those channels that YouTube doesn't want to show to other people, which I've heard Philip DeFranco complain
Right.
about, I've
Right.
heard H3H3 complain about, then you're pretty much screwed. So the algorithm will throw you down a black hole, and your own subscribers will not find you. So
All right, let me
that's the
ask you
worry.
this. What exactly is the sub feed? What is that? Like, is that the notification thing, or is that when you go to YouTube and it shows you the videos listed? Like, what is that?
So when you go to YouTube, there are like tabs at the top, just like if you were on your channel and you have videos,
Right.
playlist. When you're on the YouTube home
Uh,
screen, the YouTube home screen will show you stuff that YouTube thinks you might want to watch. But
okay.
most of the time, it's not really stuff that you want to watch. They keep showing you Cobra Kai, and I keep clicking not interested, and they
Yo,
keep
that
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai crap pisses me off. I'm so tired of that, man. That Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
I keep hitting not interested, and it still keeps popping up on my feed, dude.
yeah. So I tweeted to YouTube about it, and then they sent me an article about how to click not interested. I was like, yeah, I clearly told you that I hit not interested 3 times. They really don't listen to what you say at all. So it's pretty much pointless at this point. It's like they're gonna do what they want, and they have the biggest video platform on the earth. So it's like we're pretty much just in for the ride, and you know. I'm still waiting for monetization. I don't think I'm ever gonna get it.
Damn, dude. Oh God, how long you been waiting now?
Well, since the 20th of uh, February.
Wow, dude. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, they said by the end of June they're hoping to get everybody. But I have a few videos about the partner program changes. So
Yeah.
somebody told me that people that talk about YouTube in a negative way, they will put you all the way at the end.
Wow.
Wow, that's good to know. That's interesting.
So no
You
more
know,
backlashing. No more
I'm
for
still gonna
us.
do what I'm still gonna do what I do, but it really is an interesting topic because a lot of people are freaking out because YouTube's saying like, "Oh, we're just testing it; it's an experiment." But people are saying they're like, "Well, if you're testing it, it means you're interested in implementing it." You know, so it could really hurt like small YouTubers, people that are trying to be discovered when they change that YouTube sub feed from being chronological. You know, so it kind of sucks, dude. I don't know.
I
Man.
You
used to
know,
get a lot more views on my tech unboxings, like before the algorithm changed, like around Christmas. And then, like, once I got demonetized and everything, my videos like struggle to get over 100 views now.
damn, dude.
Like I posted the Blue Yeti video and it
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
thousand views, and now it just stopped getting views completely.
You
Like
got a
it's
thousand on your Blue Yeti?
Yeah, but then
Oh, that's
now it's just stopped completely.
damn.
Like it's at 1,100, and it was at 1,000 views like 3 months ago. So it's like something happened in the algorithm where it stopped promoting it.
You
It's
know,
like I
like the YouTube algorithm is really weird because let me tell you, the other day, this is what happened to me. I was browsing on YouTube and I kept getting this video recommended on my YouTube. It said like, I found a house for free on my property or something like that. So I'm like, why does this keep getting recommended? So I clicked on the video. The video was posted like 4 years ago, dude. It's an old ass video. And then it's this guy, like he bought a property and he found like an abandoned house. But I start to look in the comments and there's a bunch of recent comments and everybody's like, why is this video getting recommended? Like, I don't know why this video isn't. I finally clicked it. I clicked it, clicked it. So there's like something weird going on with the algorithm that this guy's video is years old and for some reason now it's getting recommended and people are like commenting and posting on it. I just think I don't know what's going on. I think a lot of people don't really know what's going on. And sometimes I think about it too. Like you have to be careful with what videos you remove because you never know. A couple of years from now, something could happen in the news or something, and the algorithm changes. All of a sudden, your video is getting thousands of views. And in the same way, your video, like you said, your video was popping. All of a sudden, it just dies. That happens too. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it just happened to like all my videos across the board. Like some of them weren't like that great anyways to begin with, but I had some videos that were pretty good. And now, I only have a few videos that get decent views, and they're all older videos. All my new videos struggle to perform.
Yeah.
So it's like I've reached out to like Reddit and other places to share my videos because you can't rely on YouTube at all.
Wow.
Very true.
It's like all that stuff with like, oh, make good thumbnails, oh, SEO, oh, make good titles, oh, do this, do that. All that gets you only so far, you know.
I totally agree with you because some of my older videos, back in the day that have like thousands of views before I even optimized it. Back in the day, I had no idea what I was doing. I would just upload a video, put some random title, put a couple of tags. I didn't even have an app to tell me what tags to put. I was type in stuff randomly, and some of those got like thousands of views. So sometimes too, I think it's a little bit more than just title and tags. Sometimes it's timing or luck too. It seems like because there's some videos that I really didn't put any effort in the title or tags or anything. It just got thousands of views. I don't know, dude.
Very true.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
It's like my video. My bowling video, the one I broke a bowling pin. That one I've actually uploaded it in November. It didn't go viral till March. From March till today, it has about 14,000 views.
Wow.
That one just went viral. I was getting almost for that one. I was almost getting like what, 1,000, 1,200 views a month, something like that.
Yeah, well, you just never know what's gonna pop off. I did a video about a television and how I didn't like what was on the box, and it got 18,000 views. So it's like and I really didn't expect that video to get any views. And now it's like my live stream that I did the other day got 47 views. So it's like, it's weird. The live streams sometimes are getting more views than my regular. And then I did a live stream the other day, it got 360 views.
Damn.
Yeah. But that
What are you
was
guys talking about? The live streams?
yeah, my live streams are getting more views than my videos.
It's so weird because I did a test the other day where I was like, I did a live stream and I did a direct video, and they're both the same video. But the video that I uploaded was like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
don't
very
care.
like to the point, and that video has 600 views, while the live stream only has like 100 views.
Yeah,
So
it's tough to optimize the live stream. Like, I don't know how to edit these live streams after I'm
Yeah.
done. I need to figure that out.
yeah, it's a little tough. It's kind of tough. The YouTube editor really isn't good. It's very bulky. They really need to update it.
I can
Um,
only edit the beginning and the end of the video, so I don't really know how you edit the middle or like
there's a way to do it. There's a guy that made a really great video, like a 2-3 minute video. If you
because
search it
they
on YouTube, he'll tell you how to do it. I
because
can,
they took out the real editor. Remember when I was like, "Oh, I
yeah,
figured it out."
yeah.
They don't have that editor anymore that I was telling you about.
Mm.
Like they took that out of the creator studio. Yeah, I'm looking at some of my videos. A video I posted in April got 1,300 views. The Samsung U Flex video, comparison videos seem to be where it's at.
Yeah, yo, dude, I had a couple of videos that I've done comparison videos, and they've actually pulled a lot of views. Sometimes doing something a little bit different uh pulls in views.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, this so weird, man. This Blue Yeti video, man. I looked at it like last week, and it had the same amount of views that it has now. Something happened, and it's just not getting out there anymore. I don't know.
Blue Yeti video is pretty tough. I'm looking at mine now. It has 235 views. You have like 1,000 views. Blue Yeti is a very like tough
What?
competitive video because there's so many Blue Yeti videos out there.
Yes.
So it's kind of tough to really pull in views unless you have a really big audience. So the fact that you even pulled
Saturday.
1,000 on that, I think that's pretty good.
Or just go
Yeah.
straight down through. Just turn on your GPS
Yeah,
and go
it's
straight.
I don't know what the audience
You don't have to
retention.
go.
Well, I got featured in the top 5 on that video. I got featured in
Well, let me end the
SYT's
stream then.
top 5, and that was the video
Let me
that
end
I
the
got
stream
picked
and then we'll
for.
take you.
Damn, RJ, what happened, bro? What's going on with you? RJ,
Yeah.
are you good?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get going.
Okay.
Yeah, because my girl, I have to go down with my girl at work.
Okay. All right,
So,
dude.
Yeah, we took over a little over an hour, almost a little over an hour. So I don't know if y'all want to
Yeah.
continue talking, and I'll leave this live stream.
Up to you. Maybe we'll talk for a little bit more, and then we'll probably end it.
I'll probably just end my stream because y'all
Okay.
streaming on y'all's own. So
All right.
y'all should be good. So it was nice talking to y'all, and I'll be
Yeah, man.
I'll be available.
Thanks for
I'll
being
be
here.
available after the next 45 minutes. So if y'all want to call me back, or
Okay.
y'all want to talk more,
Yeah, hit me up.
so and then maybe we could discuss
Thanks.
anything y'all want to discuss on YouTube that maybe something we all learn something new.
All right, dude.
So
Faux show.
see y'all
Peace.
later, and hope you make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, turn on post notification, and like this video, guys. So see y'all in the next
All right.
TikTok on my side.
Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.